Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on love marriage, arranged marriage, no marriage, marriage or no marriage but love? What are your thoughts on that?
यार कल रात सैयारा देखी?
Because I've seen a lot of Saiyara memes. I have not seen the movie
You haven't
till
seen
now.
the memes, yeah.
I am a meme person now with the younger generation working with me. We all have 24 hours.
Of course.
How much money you earn doesn't matter. What is the life stage? What is the age you live? You still have 24 hours. You have to sleep. Things.
Yeah, because people take these things obvious, right? Why
Yeah.
people don't take insurance today? Because they feel that my neighbor can die, but I will not.
Consumption of alcohol also has a lot of disturbed sleep. Hi, welcome to another exciting episode at Life Uncovered with Vaibhav. We have Anubhab today. We got an opportunity of working together at one point of time around a decade back when Anubhab had joined HDFC Life and so was I a part of HDFC Life then. Since then, our paths have crossed in multiple ways and today we are here together. Not much of insurance discussion, a lot of around life discussions like our previous podcasts. So we start now. Welcome, Anubhab. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you so much for calling in, Vaibhav. When you called, I was super glad that you're doing this now.
Thank you. Before we jump into anything, I would love to discuss your jacket and the what exactly is it that you have written?
So this, I'm a founder, so I have to wear my brand on my sleeves all the time.
Absolutely.
So this is my third startup, which I am building now. The startup is called Naptic. We are essentially solving for sleep for the world. The idea is that, as humans, 1/3 of our life is sleep.
Right.
And if I can own that time when people sleep, so 1/3 of the humanity is something which I want to solve for. And that's like a big audacious goal, which we as a team trying to crack at Naptic. And keeping generative AI at the core, because the whole idea is that people want to become healthy. To
Right.
remain healthy, they have to exercise, they have to eat well, and they have to sleep well. And people think that sleep is an outcome of the first two.
Right.
But that's not really the case. It's a very complicated, it's a very complex problem. And that's why I thought that why not I solve the problem of sleep with the help of generative AI for the world. So that's Naptic, so that you nap well, so that you can tick the boxes next day.
Awesome. Wonderful.
It's a very action-oriented brand, yeah.
First of all, I'm very happy that you're wearing. As a lot of people talk to me that I am always wearing my brand, but I have this firm belief that if you don't walk the talk, and if you don't wear it, what's the use?
It's like it's symbolic, right? Like once you are married, you have a ring. So that's the same thing here. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we are a brand.
Absolutely, we are a brand. Interesting. Within this, if I can just continue and then we get into your life-related questions, but because it's super exciting to me, and I very firmly believe that one, this is a product which everyone,
Correct.
The entire 8 billion population needs actually, but this is also one of the most undervalued concept of life. That's what I feel. A lot of people, like you said, focus on health, walk, what you eat, but sleep is something which is neglected. And a lot of youngsters which we see suddenly undergoing heart attacks, sudden deaths, when we track their recent past, what we realized they had not slept properly. There was a lot of stress and the sleep was absolutely disturbed. So what are your thoughts on that? What are the 3-4 things which people can do to make sure their sleep patterns can be controlled?
So I think few things are very normal, right? Like once you reach home, shut off. Once you are in the bedroom, don't carry your phone with you. Because a lot of time people just end up doing doom scrolling, and that's a major cause of problem.
Right.
So I think there are very simple things to do, which everybody knows, but they don't do it.
Right.
Like when do you have your last meal? Right. That has been ages since our parents have been telling those things, right? But people don't do it. So I think 2-3 things which people need to do ensure that you eat well. The last meal when you have it, that time is important.
Right.
How do you wind down before you sleep?
Right.
So people talk a lot about 5 a.m. club because you get up in the morning and do stuff.
Yeah.
I think what I want to start talking about is the 7 p.m. club. That how do you get ready to sleep? And I think that becomes when the people start thinking about that. Because what happens these days is we reach home and we feel it's a safe space. And that's where we become most vulnerable. So we end up drinking, we end up eating, we end up binge watching because we feel that's our way to wind down.
Absolutely.
So our mornings are super fresh, but our evenings are really not that way. So that's why I think one should do is just wind down properly, leave the workout, and at that particular time, keep the phone away.
Right.
I think even if you just do these 2-3 things, your sleep will be amazing.
What I also read once was consumption of alcohol also has a lot of disturbed sleep. So you may feel that you have slept,
Correct.
but you don't wake up fresh because there's a lot of disturbance in your mind and other things. What are your thoughts on that?
Essentially, like the science says, is all connected to the heart rate,
Right.
So essentially, once we are walking on a treadmill, why we lose weight? Because heart is pumping fast, and that's why the calories are being burned.
Right.
If you eat something which is late, or if you have alcohol in the night, then what happens is then you sleep because you sort of pass out.
Yeah.
But heart continues to pump at a very, very high rate.
Okay.
So if you see your heart rate while you are sleeping after alcohol,
Right.
it's super high, and
Right.
that's why you feel that you are sleeping well, but
Right.
you are not getting into REM.
Yeah.
Which is ensuring that your brain develops, and you are
Right.
not getting into deep sleep, which ensures the body recovers.
Right.
So you sleep for a long, long time, but
Yeah.
your REM and deep is really, really bad that time because the heart is not resting.
Right. So for viewers, REM basically stands for random eye movement, if I'm
Yes,
not wrong.
yes, absolutely.
And deep sleep is, of course, deep sleep.
So those stages are not reached.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What I've also heard, and just for the advantage of the viewers, it's not necessary that 100% of your sleep needs to be deep sleep.
Not at
What's
all.
the ideal breakup?
Around 20 to 22%. 20% should be your REM, 20% should be your deep.
Yeah.
Deep can still be lower in case you are not doing workouts or walking a lot.
Right.
But I think REM for 20% is super important.
Yeah.
Especially once you cross 40.
Yeah.
All the age-related problems, whether it is Alzheimer, whether it's a heart disease and everything,
Right.
happens because people are not recovering well. And you can't increase the number of hours over a period of time. Life happens,
Exactly.
right? Traffic is
Yeah.
there. Monday morning meetings are there.
Yeah.
So how do you ensure within those 6-7 hours when you sleep, your
Right.
REM and deep is highest? And that's the goal which you want to achieve by Naptic. People should just sleep well.
Absolutely.
You can't increase the number of hours.
You can't increase the number of
Yeah.
hours. So this is one of the trick questions which I ask a lot of youngsters. What's common between Mr. Ambani, Mr. Adani, Elon Musk, two of us sitting over here, and all of you who are watching? We all have 24 hours.
Of course.
How much money you earn doesn't matter. What is the life stage? What is the age you live? You still have 24 hours. You have to sleep within those and be productive at the same time.
Correct.
One more question on sleep. Like I said, it's one of the very interesting topics for me.
Yeah.
Being in insurance industry for a long time, I somehow feel that this is the most neglected. Just the way insurance is the most neglected financial product.
Correct.
I think sleep is one of the most neglected health-related things.
Yeah, because people take these things obvious, right? Why
Yeah.
people don't take insurance today? Because they feel that my neighbor can die, but I will not.
Yeah.
My neighbor can fall sick, but I will not. And
Yes.
that's why people don't buy insurance most
Everyone
of the
thinks
time.
they are Ashwatthama.
They are Ashwatthama, right?
Yeah.
So I think that is something which happens there. Similarly, people think sleep as a very default thing, that
Correct.
I end up sleeping any which way. But I think
Exactly.
for both the things, a proactive actions is important, because if you don't do that well, then the cost of it later on is huge. So if you don't do insurance, not properly insured,
Right.
and something happens literally, it can just drain your bank account.
Absolutely.
Same way, if you don't sleep well and you don't have that into your kitty over a period of time, the entire health can drain out.
Absolutely.
So I think that's the very common thing which I see between sleep and insurance. Yeah.
In fact, I very strongly recommend a lot of people, whenever they talk about being tired, fatigue, and things like that, to go for a sleep test. I'm sure you're aware there are sleep
course.
tests in
Yeah,
hospitals.
yeah.
But can you just talk about it for 2 minutes so that our viewers understand how important and what can they do?
So sleep study is important because it is much more scientific in nature, but obviously
Right.
people don't do those things in India. Even if you just start wearing, like a lot of people have Apple Watch these days, right?
Right.
And even if you have any other tracker, most of the trackers are good enough right now to give you an accurate idea of how you are sleeping.
Right.
So just wear it for a week or 8 or 10 days and
Yeah.
just see how you are sleeping with those trackers. Basis that only you will start finding some ideas about what's happening to your sleep.
Absolutely.
So that way, I think it's a very established science now about how you are sleeping.
Right.
It's not so established science about what can you do to improve it.
Absolutely.
So a lot of trackers will help you out today, whether it's a Whoop or an Aura or an Ultrahuman or a Gabit or
Right.
Apple Watch. They will tell you how you are sleeping.
Right.
Right. So I think that is very easy thing for anyone to do. And you have a device available from 5,000 rupees ring to a 80,000 rupees Apple
Absolutely.
Watch, right?
Yeah.
So up to you what you want to wear.
Yeah.
But after that, what you do is something that's where Naptic comes into
Absolutely.
play. So if then what, right?
Yeah.
But you are right. In India, a lot of people don't even do that.
Yeah.
Versus a US, which is a very mature economy now.
Yeah.
I see most of the people sleeping with some sort of a variable now.
Absolutely.
Just want to track it, because once you track it, you improve it.
Exactly. Till the time you don't track it, how will you know?
Correct.
There's one more thing which I'm just going to add over here, which coming from a doctor's family, have been exposed to all these things. Snoring.
Yeah.
A lot of people think snoring is some kind of a fun, and they make jokes around it, but it's actually an issue where your oxygen levels are falling while you're sleeping, and it's something which we need to address immediately. So if you know anyone who snores, just let them know that they should track their sleep. Absolutely, because a lot of people end up choking, having points in the night when they wake up without them realizing that they have had a broken sleep.
Correct. No, it's a medical condition, definitely for a lot of people. And that's why I think for people who really snore, I think going to do a proper sleep study is the right thing to do. And it's available in most of the hospitals now. Every hospital has a sleep department now.
Absolutely.
And one can just go there and do the study. It is not even, doesn't take long. It's a very, very low thing. But I think starting to wear a tracker is the first thing.
Absolutely. That is something you can do at home without anything.
Absolutely.
Now, coming to our personal life. Neen churai meri, kisne ho sanam. Coming to Neen. So, what are your thoughts on love marriage, arranged marriage, no marriage, marriage or no marriage but love? What are your thoughts on that?
Okay. Interesting topic. So I got married very early. A lot of people tell me कि मेरा बाल विवाह हुआ था because I'm from an engineering background. I went to a college in Pantnagar, and engineering college में typically क्या होता है कि you have a ratio which is very skewed towards boy versus girl ratio. तो वहाँ जाके day one पे you say अच्छा पीली वाली मेरी लाल वाली मेरी, right? So that's what happened. And जो लाल वाली थी वो that became my wife for a period of time. So we dated for 4 years, and immediately after I got out of my engineering college, I ensured that she doesn't see more options in the world. And even before I did my MBA, I got married. So I was 22-year-old. She was 6 months younger than me. She was a college topper as well. A lot of people say that you got married because you wanted to score well and you just wanted to pass somehow. She was a gold medalist in the college.
Oh wow!
But yeah, so that way I think I was very firm believer. Like लोग बोलते ना कि बड़ों के क्या करोगे, तो आई थिंक मैं बचपन से काफी क्लियर था कि मैं लव मैरिज तो पक्का करूंगा, बाकी चीजें करूंगा या नहीं करूंगा आई डोंट नो.
So gold medalist say love marriage, that's important my dear friends. ऐसे नहीं, लाल is just a coincidence.
और बढ़िया भी थी बात, तो आई वाज वेरी वेरी क्लियर कि मुझे बात के कॉन्फ्लिक्ट भी नहीं चाहिए, तो काफी लॉजिकल तरीके से प्यार किया गया था.
बढ़िया थॉट के साथ
कि एकदम एल्गोरिथम सेट होना चाहिए कि बाद में कुछ घर पे जाके भी इशू ना हो कि.
And as Gaurav Gupta का, I don't know if you have seen the stand-up comedy, that बनिया दामाद is the best दामाद.
Exactly.
So you made sure कि love marriage के साथ साथ बनिया दामाद भी रहे हैं.
समस्या लेकिन दूसरी हो गई थी उस समय. तो हुआ ये when we were getting married, so my wife got placed with Infosys from campus, and I decided to do my MBA. And I decided to do marriage before that. So her parents were not ready. That they said wait it out for 2 years.
Correct.
I was very sure that I want to get married before I see the word and she sees the word. वो distance relationship नहीं चलता है.
Right.
So उनके लिए काफी tricky था कि दामाद क्या करता है पढ़ता है. Right. मतलब that is something which you don't hear in UP families say it. But yeah, 2 साल तक उनको ये बोलना पड़ा कि आपका दामाद क्या करता है वो पढ़ता है. So yeah.
Now from that point, any romantic movie or any interesting movie that you have seen recently?
यार कल रात Saiyara देखी. So I was in US for a couple of weeks, and the moment I came back, I saw the trailer there, and I loved the movie. I thought it's काफी Aashiqui 2 के genre में एक और movie आने वाली है.
Aashiqui 2 भी आपने देखी है, I am assuming by that.
I am a sucker for romantic movies, whether it's Bollywood or Hollywood. So तो कुछ भी होता है, और especially अगर मोहित सूरी genre है. And first time Mohit Suri was collaborating with Yashraj Films.
Yes,
otherwise
absolutely.
He's always a Vishesh Films guy.
Yes.
But I go very deep कि अच्छा ये क्यों बनाया है, कैसे बनाया है, इस लड़के की हिस्ट्री क्या थी, इस लड़की की हिस्ट्री क्या थी, ये मूवी में केमिस्ट्री कैसे निकल के आने वाली है.
Awesome.
So I do all those research when I'm looking at a movie. So I watched Saiyara last night.
And now, because I've seen a lot of Saiyara memes, I have not seen the movie
till now. You haven't
seen
the memes, yeah.
I am a meme person now with the younger generation working with me.
Yeah.
What are your comparisons of Saiyara to Tere Naam and Devdi, or maybe Devdas?
No, I think Saiyara brings back the old school romance, back.
Okay.
Where like almost like a rock star kind of genre.
Right.
Where you have a guy who is going to become big over a period of time, and then something happens to the wife, with the girl, and then he decides to leave everything for her. So it's a very, very, very deep movie, and very well executed also. I think the way you see the movie, you feel like it's a movie being made like a winner. And I think that's where Yashraj Films also, comes in handy. I'm very hopeful for this guy, by the way. I feel he's the next Ranveer Singh of the industry. He's super good. So
it's not only the movie, the actor is also good.
Super awesome. I think
the actor Pandey would be very happy to hear that.
Yeah. His nephew.
And
I think he's super good.
Within the same movie, staying to that, how were the reactions in the audience? Because I'm just seeing the meme reactions.
Yeah.
Were audience around you also reacting the same way,
Interestingly,
crying, howling?
next to us, there were two girls sitting,
Yeah.
and we were in Insignia in Powai, and
Right.
those two girls were young.
Right.
Somehow they were giggling a lot. So I think they thought it is not relevant per se, because whenever something was to happen, they were like laughing a lot and stuff. Versus like me and my wife, you were like, oh wow, the romance is back on the big screen, which
Yeah.
you know you don't see much these days. But I think they couldn't relate. So a lot of young generation, I feel, as still not relating. Though my nephew, by the way, loved it. So he was, I keep saying that he's viral on Bumble
Yeah.
these days, because you know every time I see him, like every weekend he's dating some new girl, and apparently he has seen it twice with his one date.
The same date twice.
Yeah, same date twice, and both of them watched it twice together.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, something is cooking with this generation as well.
Very
Yeah.
interesting. But what's the comparison with Tere Naam? Or have you not seen that? Or you
No,
do you
I
remember
think
your
those genres were more stalkers, essentially.
Absolutely.
And not really like deep romance, and they were like more one-sided stories
Absolutely.
than both-sided story. I think this is very practical in
That
the
was-
current environment, how it is working. So like we know now that you know, as a profession, our young kids don't have to become doctor engineers only; they can choose the path. So girl here is shown as a young girl who decided to be a lyricist.
Right.
And she said, this is what I'm good at. And the parents are supporting her to do that. It's a Mumbai story. Similarly, the guy comes from a small family, but he's a great singer.
Right.
And it's okay to be a good singer. It is okay to be a good lyricist. So I think the way they did it, I think it really portrayed the way the new generation is growing up.
So the treatment and the script writing was the
Is
killer.
very, very new age. Absolutely new age. Few things obviously they do as filmy, that you go from here and their video becomes viral much before our startups videos go viral.
Absolutely.
Before the guy is out of the Goa and he just become viral. So those things
Yeah.
is something we dream of.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think those things were still over the top a little bit. But I think the way they executed the movie, like perfectly bang on time. It's not too much, it's not too little.
Right.
Very well executed movie. I loved it.
On that movie, one more question.
Yeah.
And this is a question which a friend of mine has asked me to ask you.
Uh-huh.
There's a scene which I've seen in the reels going off, the girl sitting behind and the guy putting the jacket and tying on the
Yeah.
motorcycle.
Correct.
What was the reaction in the theater? Was it a clap-worthy scene? Did people
I
react?
think people have seen it a lot on the
It's doing a lot of rounds on
trailers.
reels, yeah.
On the trailers also, people have seen it. I
Yeah.
think it's a new thing. So I think, again, Mohit Suri, right? Every movie, they will have one iconic scene which will be remembered.
Right.
Like in Aashiqui 2, there was a jacket scene,
Right.
which happened in the rains, and
Yeah.
everybody remembers that scene.
Yeah.
You might even not remember the actor of the movie,
Right.
but you will definitely remember that scene.
Right.
Similarly, I think in this movie, there were two such scenes. One was this, and
Yeah.
in one scene, both of them are standing on top of a car,
Right.
and like they are hugging and cuddling. So I think these are the two scenes which will become iconic over a period of time. The movie has done 170 crores.
Already. Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a huge,
Breaking
huge
all
record.
kind of. I think this is the biggest all-time debut hit.
Oh yeah. And Yashraj films again, right? I
Yeah.
think they can do war as well as this. I just don't get it how this production house works, because if they can pull out a awesome love story like this,
Yeah.
and at the same time bring in August War.
War 2 is coming
War
right
2
the
is
corner.
coming
Yeah.
from Yashraj. I'm like, dude, something is happening in that.
And in
business
between
house.
all this, we have Son of Sardar Part 2 coming, which
Yeah.
is our product placement.
Oh
there.
yeah. I saw the collab with Archie Devgan which you guys did. I think it's come out really well.
Yeah.
And I saw your ad also, by the way, in Financial Express yesterday. I think last week. I think it was.
Yeah.
It came out really, really well. I think very happy for what you guys are building at Inka.
Thank you. Coming back to Naptic now again, because every time I see you, I see the thing, and I hope you see Inka in me.
Of course.
But what I hear from you, it's a US based kind of a thing. So when do you think you will be launching it in India as well? Because
So we will not do a formal launch in India,
Right.
but app is available in India market as well. It's just that Indian market is not so open for high premiums for subscription services.
Right.
Like I've been wearing Whoop for 2 years now.
right,
And Whoop also came to India via US, and
Right.
now a lot of people are wearing Whoop in India. But it is priced at the US price even today. So,
Right.
so if I have to become like what Netflix had to do in India or Spotify had to do in India, then the business doesn't sustain.
Correct.
But I think we want to launch it via US eventually, if at all. But today, if somebody wants to download the app on the App Store, it's available for Indian users also. But
Fair.
I'm not doing a formal launch for India because Indian problems are different. And once you get into India, then your entire company focus will get into this
This is
geography.
a large market. You can't just
super
be
large
present.
market.
Yeah,
You can't just
diverse
be
as well.
Yes.
It's like a continent in itself.
Correct. जो हम वो बोलते हैं ना कि वो हर 4 कोस में भाषा बदल जाती है, so every
exactly.
pin code is different, right? Here.
Exactly.
So I think we are not yet ready to handle that scale. I want to like close out on the mature economy first, and especially the GenAI adoption and everything is also there.
Yeah.
In fact, like the way Indian startups work, they typically launch in Bangalore first, and that's where the first market is.
Right.
And I think we will see a lot of GenAI startups will find early adopters in US.
Right.
Because they are the ones who are building it also. So,
Yeah.
so that's why they become the early adopters as well.
And in GenAI, you were also talking before we started our recording
about
some companies, without disclosing the name. There are tools and there are companies that are working where you plug in a face, plug in the voice, and the entire video is created.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So these things are very common now, right? Ultimately, the creator economy is going to change. The way the content is being generated will change over a period of time. It's like when Google happened, right? Earlier, it was not easy to search on internet.
Absolutely.
Then it became very easy to search, right? The same way, all the things which we do during the day is going to change over a period of time. Like my daughter, who is 8 years old, she's in grade 7 now. She's 13 years old, and she's doesn't go to Google at all.
Right.
For her, the first browser is GPT, right?
Absolutely.
And it is allowed in the school.
Absolutely.
Right? So the way the generation will grow up over a period of time, their UI UX will change. The way they interact with technology will change. The way they tell computer to do something for them will change.
Exactly.
Right. And like she builds her own website. She has NATN workflows which she keep building.
Right.
So if that's happening,
right.
Then obviously generative AI becomes super important to solve any other problem also. So once you come on Naptic app as well, it's a lot of voice-to-voice interactions you will do on the app. Which you will not see in any other app per se. So, because the holy grail of health apps today is that you don't get feedback from a user. Correct. Because nobody types it, nobody wants to click a picture, but people are okay to talk.
Correct.
So in Naptic app, we have everywhere embedded voice-to-voice interactions as a feedback and input mechanism for a user. Because that will become the future. Like I use an app called Whisperflow. I'm not sure if you guys are using it. It is so viral right now. It changes my typeboard, the keyboard, on my MacBook as well as on my iPhone to a voice input. And that voice to text is impeccable. So most of the time now, for me, typing is not my default option. Most of the time, I am just telling my computer what to do and it just types it out. And the app called Whisperflow, WISPR, I think it is becoming highly, highly productive.
I think that's where the future is gone. So my son is in grade 9 right now, and his school has asked the same thing, that would they want us to allow him to use a keyboard in the board exams instead of writing. And I'm sure in some time it would reach pure voice, because it's not about how you convey, it's what you convey.
Correct.
That's very important.
And I'm thinking on that time, right? Because earlier when I'm typing, so ultimately your hands are being used.
Exactly.
And that's one skill which is happening, right? Absolutely. If you remember old days also, all the big CEOs used to have some steno or some secretary, right? Whom they used to talk and they used to write. The shorthand became a thing.
Correct.
Because now what they're thinking, they're just thinking aloud and they're asking someone to type.
Right.
The same thing now you are doing. So once I'm sending an email, actually I'm thinking and it is typing.
Absolutely.
For me, so it's almost the same experience.
In fact, मैं भी जब आजकल Gmail use कर रहा हूँ, many a times I see those prompts coming automatically of drafting options नीचे. Although I like to draft my own because I still have slightly of that old school thought, but I tried it twice or thrice, and what I saw, the replies are pretty close to what I would have done, if not 100%, pretty close.
Oh yeah. No, in fact, I use a tool called Superhuman, which works even on top of Gmail. And it just helps you organize, respond, and everything. And in fact, we should do a separate session on that what all new age founder must use as own toolkit. Because if you are not using O3 on GPT, if your team doesn't have licenses for every goddamn tool available, whether it's bloody Claude or whether it's Anthropic or whether it is Perplexity, you need to give it to people. Because their productivity will just go by high. You won't believe there's a company, Andrew Ng, there's a guy who talks a lot about deep learning in US.
Right.
And earlier what used to happen was product manager to engineering role ratio used to be 1:6.
Right.
You'll have one product manager, you will have 6 engineering managers, right? Engineers behind him. Now they are saying that you might have one product manager and 0.5 engineer.
Oh.
So imagine the way word order is shifting now, right? Maybe it is still aggressive, but from 1:6, you will definitely reach to a 1:2.
Tejesh, your team would still be there, don't worry. He's a CTO.
Yeah, but you will have more product managers now coming in and you need to do a lot of vibe coding. Because if you don't do that now, right, because the entire coding interface has changed drastically.
Absolutely.
Like even I have been pushed in my team that I need to build my own front ends on my own before I even go back. So they push me back. So when I tell them, fine, show me an example, they say, no, you have to do it on your own first and then come back. And similarly, my brainstorming with my GPT is to the next level. In fact, just to give you an anecdote, in fact, I was talking to a VC recently.
Right.
I actually sent him my investment note, which he should be building for Naptic on day one, because he will also use the same thing which I am using now.
Absolutely.
The toolkits are similar, and if I just put GPT on a deep research,
Right.
and it will take 15-20 minutes, and I can really skew it well.
Yeah.
And you are done. Right.
I met a friend, in the sense I met a person who's now a friend. They have made a AI tool, GenAI tool for VCs, where VCs actually plug in the pitch deck and the final output on what the thought is and everything. So now with so many decks coming in,
it's a commodity now.
It's a commodity now.
It's commodity now.
You may please all, if you're watching till here, comment about what kind of GenAI tools you are using for what product. It will be very interesting. And like you said, we will do a follow-up one. This is being shot in Bombay, but follow-up would be shot in Jodhpur. That's a commitment from our side, where we'll do a GenAI kind of a discussion. Correct. And maybe along with some tech person also joining in. I'm a handicapped person when it comes to tech.
Yeah, but you don't have an option that anymore. Because the way things are changing now. Earlier, people said a developer can become a better developer.
Right.
But now people are saying, like, the way you can use a Word document today.
Right.
Can you use the similar skills only and then write code?
Absolutely.
So then you don't have to say that software is a thing. People are saying wordware will become a thing.
Absolutely.
So there is no software per se, right? It becomes wordware. So almost a similar thing.
You need to know the tools, and that's it.
You don't even need to know the tools now, because you just keep typing and things will happen for you.
Wow.
But somebody will set it up in your bank somehow. But after that, things will just take off.
So coming back to your passion on movies and GenAI, if I marry the two, if you have the entire Bollywood history, and I will stick to Bollywood and romance, and you want to create a wonderful romantic movie.
Okay.
Because now you've got this option of maybe Madhubala also coming and romancing with Shah Rukh Khan, or whichever the way be. Who would be a lead actor, actress, some kind of thing? We'll ask few more questions, but let me picture the movie that you would be directing as a director.
That's an interesting take. I have not thought about it yet. But yeah, I think I continue to be a Shah Rukh fan, because I think that's the genre I grew up on.
Right.
In fact, a quick anecdote, my daughter has become a fan of Shah Rukh as well, because I was not able to see movies of Shah Rukh alone at times. So I told her that, Shah Rukh is a god, let's sit together, haath jod ke movie dekhte hain. So, and somehow, she, rather than liking the romantic movie, she loved her. And and I was like, okay, something is happening here. And she loved her. But yeah, I think Shah Rukh will definitely be there. I think in a younger avatar or something. And I think I think Nargis or Madhubala could be a great combo together somehow, if that happens. Because obviously when you see Shah Rukh, you think about Sunil Dutt, right? That kind of a genre. And once they're together, that could be a good collab to think about. But I didn't think like that so far.
Yeah. We can. I somehow feel that this is the future where a lot of these
things will cross-pollinate
together.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah, possibly. But I think because of AGI, at least the movie production cost should come down.
Absolutely.
I don't know how will that happen. F1 was made in $300 million just now.
Yeah.
And still the cost of production was so high. So how will that decrease over a period of time? And then how will you consume content?
F1, and I'm sure you've seen it. I think it was not about the cost, but historically they could not have built it only. So somewhere it's cost reduction, somewhere it's the possibility of building a movie.
F1, I think they went over the top. I think F1, everything was real. Like Brad Pitt was driving actually a Formula car.
Absolutely.
And he learned how to drive it. And Hamilton was the guy who was advising the movie throughout.
He was the producer also, one of the producers.
He was producer because of appearance.
No,
they charge it for appearance.
Exactly.
So that's why every name was there. In fact, we all debated about it in the house. But Hamilton put the money, or was it just his time?
I think it was his time. Not money. It was his time and expertise and his advisory role kind of thing.
$300 million to
build. Apple put in a lot of money.
It's Apple movie.
Exactly.
Apple is the main producer.
Exactly. And so it's their money.
In fact, this year WDC, Apple's annual conference, was started with F1. So Tim Cook talked about F1 first. And I think that's the cross genre which keeps happening, and I keep seeing that the way word order is changing. Like if you see in India as well, with the digital advent, both Tata, Adani, Reliance, everybody, if you see their results last quarter, everyone is showing massive results coming in from their digital entities. Like the Jio platforms or Tata Digital, or Adani Digital, all three of them have done phenomenally well. Which really shows that how the word order is changing, right? Apple producing a movie which is not being released on Apple TV,
Yes.
but coming in theaters
Yeah.
and raking in so much money, right? So I think it's a very phenomenal time we all are living in. I just wish I was like 25 right now and not 43.
Interesting. So on that note,
Yeah,
if you were 25 today,
yeah.
what would your advice be to yourself with respect to insurance planning?
Insurance planning. So I think so if I go back when I was growing up, I was not into monies. My father was a government employee. In fact, a quick anecdote: till 12th, I studied in Hindi medium
Okay.
in Meerut. So there was a school called Aashiqui Inter College in Meerut. So I've studied physics in Hindi. I've studied chemistry in Hindi. So Rasayan Vigyan, Bhautiki Vigyan. So whenever I look back, I'm like, I feel very privileged to sit in front of you and do this podcast from those days when I used to drive an Atlas cycle with a black basta on my back and going in Meerut. But yeah, if I'm back to 25, I think I'll start thinking about investment a lot, and I think that becomes the primary thing because in my age, when I was 25, it was not about investments to start thinking about, right?
Right.
Versus my nephew now, who is 24, 25.
Right.
For him, he's very particular about his investments. And the
Right.
moment you start thinking about investments, in any financial planner you go to, they will first talk about insurance as the first thing, right?
Right.
And that's why, like, he's 25 now and he's a
Yeah.
BITS planning grad, works with BCG. And he has all the insurances with him. So he's
Oh.
very, very particular about it, even his cyber insurance for that matter.
Wow.
Right? And I didn't advise these things to him. But yeah, he's completely secure from a term insurance point of view. He has company cover, but still he has his own health insurance cover itself. So yeah, so I
Music
think.
to my ears.
Oh
And
yeah.
people have got corporate as well as their individual.
Oh yes, because they know that more and more you delay it, then it will not be able to cover all the diseases and
Exactly.
stuff. And our family has been, we have some family histories in our family. My father, my brother. So
Yeah.
so that way we are generally very conscious about the medical cost in the family. But I think I see a lot of young guys now opting for insurance covers.
At Inka, what we have seen a very interesting trend, exactly what you said. 25-year-old is way more aware of their insurance need than a 45.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of them who are coming at 25 are actually not only buying for themselves, but for the parents.
Yeah.
The parents are in, let's say, 50s
Correct.
or closer to 60. They have never bought and they still don't believe. But the child who's 25 is making sure that they buy.
Because it's the reverse also, right? The moment you cross an age, your parents can't cover you as dependent.
Correct.
Right? And that's where the change start happening.
Yeah.
Because in the company covers, you are covering parents essentially.
Right.
But the moment you come out of that particular cover, you start thinking about what you do for health. And especially for this 1 crore covers and everything when it started
Correct.
coming in, right?
Correct.
So people started liking those plans, right?
Right.
Like we had a plan where you have a 4x insurance from the base price, which you
Absolutely.
have. And so
Yeah.
people love to do that. And they will do a high deductible also. People get these terms. So I'm very
Correct.
happy when I look around that people are at least becoming aware that what is deductible, why it's important to have a deductible.
And why is it important to have a big cover?
Why it's important to have a big cover? Because the moment you do a deductible, then the cover goes up with the same premium.
Yeah.
So I think people are really becoming more and more educated with that. And if they have a partner like Inka who will further decipher it and dumb it down for them, because few things still not change. Like 7 years ago when I joined insurance, I was very new to insurance, and they said that to cover this much amount, this much premium you have to pay.
Right.
And my first question was, what is so premium about it? Like, why do you even call it premium?
That's
They said ये
interesting,
चल रहा है. So then similarly, then they said कि कुछ घर में हो जाएगा तो आपको claim लेना पड़ेगा.
हाँ.
मैंने कहा claim, उसको claim क्यों बोल रहे हो? Claim is a very negative word, right? मतलब it's my right, right? Because you have promised me कि कुछ होगा तो मुझे पैसे दोगे. तो मैं claim करने क्यों आया हूँ? Like claim is a negative word. I am here to claim your land, which doesn't belong to me.
Wow.
So actually, I had a lot of conversations with my CEO sometime that we should change the terminology in insurance.
This is 2016-17.
Even now in Ergo also we try to do a lot in HDFC, but I think somehow the IIT didn't wake up to it. But I think these terminologies need to change. The claim is a negative word.
Exactly.
Right? Like what is so premium about your premium? And nobody else uses these kind of languages, right? Only we do it. Like deductible, right? I don't know why we use this terminology. And we identified some 18, 20 such terms, and we did actually a project at IIT Bombay
Right.
with one of the design professors where he did a user research with some young kids. And he said these terms are scary because nobody knows what it is.
Exactly.
Right? And if somebody just simplifies it, then it becomes just easy, right? It's like Swachh Bharat campaign, right? Like it just happened. And now everybody knows what is Swachh Bharat, right? Clean India, right?
Correct. It's a simple thing.
Simple thing, Clean India.
Yeah.
Similarly, I think in insurance, somebody need to do that.
basically simplify insurance for you.
Yeah. Actually, insurance is not insurance, it's assurance, right? Essentially.
Absolutely.
Because I assure you कि कुछ होगा तो मैं हूँ.
Exactly.
Right? अब उसके बाद वो claim क्यों बोल रहे हो यार? मतलब मेरे को तो वो टर्म से ही नफरत थी. 7-8 साल तक जब मैं इंश्योरेंस में था यार, एक प्लीज इसको कुछ चेंज कर दो. He is not here to claim something. He is here is a right.
It's his right.
And you're giving it also, right? Like
yes, absolutely.
We are in both my previous companies, I was blessed to have a company which was highest in terms of giving claims. And for our CEO used to say we are in the business of giving claims, not getting premium.
Absolutely.
Right?
That's the core job of
That's the core job, right?
Yes.
तो थोड़ा terminology change कर दो, थोड़ा cool बना दो. But yeah, I think कोई तो करेगा.
कोई तो करेगा.
कल एक नया सर आएगा, maybe he will do.
Yes. At our end, what we are trying to do is we can't change the terminology from a regulatory perspective, but we have got some dedicated portions where we explain the terminology.
Wow.
Because a normal person would not understand.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand what's the difference between sum assured and sum insured.
Exactly.
What is exactly like a copay?
Kicker,
what is a room rent cap? So a lot of these terminologies.
Yeah, I saw your video around the room rent cap, and that was very eye opener for even me also. Like once I saw your video where you talked about that.
Yes, we had made a shot on that.
Yeah, that what happens. I think it's a very great thing which you are doing. It's important for the sector.
Yeah.
And if you have to go insurance for all by 2047, like how will we do it if we don't do these things now?
If you don't educate, yeah. Then thanks a lot, Anubhab. It was a pleasure catching up. We have got a small token for you.
Oh yeah, thank you so much.
All the way from Jodhpur, specially personalized.
Wow.
We believe in personalization.
And if you don't give it to me in camera, then you'll not be able to claim it in your expenses. No, thank you so very much. I wish you all the luck, all the best.
Thank you.
And
I hope you're coming in the camera.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Done.
Thank you so much, Vaibhav.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, I am Anubhav. I had a great time with Vaibhav covering his podcast. Please wait and see us talking about so many things from movies to GenAI to insurance.